Grand day, everyone. All is well. Can you? Okay. So, how are you all? I hope all is well. Um, I feel tired today, y'all. I still have so much more unpacking to do. Um, I'm not even going to say that I'm getting there because I'm not. So, today we're just going to go with the flow. I literally just woke up from a napping with Chantel. Um, and I'm like, okay, I gotta get ready for this live. I gotta go live. I'm staying consistent. I gotta go live. So I am back here with you all with the Uranus and Gemini transit. And this is episode 6. And so far, I have gone live every Sunday in this month of August 2026. So I am so proud. I'm trying to get this consistency down because for me, that was a big thing when I first launched my channel. Ooh, I want to say it's been 3 years. Has it been that long? It had to be because I launched the channel before I moved to Florida, before we moved to Florida. So I think it's been about 3 years. And for me with the consistency thing, well, just not gonna lie, that's never been my thing anyway. And I don't want to blame it on the Gemini rising or the Aquarius sun or the Pisces moon. I don't want to blame it on those placements, but I'm a more go with the flow, how I feel. And if I don't feel up to it, it ain't getting done. So I noticed that that is a little part of the self sabotage. And so I'm trying to get consistent with things that I'm doing instead of just solely going based off of my feelings. My feelings and emotions will still play a part, but I have noticed with certain things, especially if I'm trying to excel and progress, that can hold me back. Because sometimes we just don't feel like doing it. And then sometimes we don't feel like doing it because that's our intuition telling us you don't need to be doing this right now. So it's a balance that we have to really figure out and learn ourselves and our bodies. And I'm trying to get better with that. But today, just coming live and going on here for you guys is like, okay, yeah, you don't feel like doing it, but why? You're going live. It's not like when I first launched my channel. When I launched my channel, I started doing unboxings, and a lot of you are aware of that. That's been subscribed to me since ever since then. But with the unboxing videos, I wasn't going live. I was recording the videos. And then, so, of course, after you record the videos, you got to edit the videos. I was also doing some readings here and there. And my perfectionism can be over the top. And I would want when it came to editing my videos, it wasn't a lot that I edited out as far as what I said. It was more so me adding in the effects because I like to create stuff like that. I like to do little I can't even barely breathe. What do you call them? The effects and add things like that. And so that's took up like the bulk of my time using Adobe Photoshop and Corel Paint Shop Pro, and it just took up a lot of my time. And after I got done editing the video, yes, I did feel good about it when I finally posted, but to create content constantly and still have to edit the videos, and the editing process can be a drag. It can be long. When I first started doing it in the beginning, it was fun, and then it became time consuming. And eventually, I didn't have time to edit videos, so I just stopped doing them. I still have videos that I've done unboxings for that I didn't post because I haven't edited them. So I figured this time around, I'd rather just go live. Plus, it feels a bit more authentic, me coming on here and just winging it pretty much. But I told y'all about August. August is a 5 month for me in numerology, so I'll be winging it. Next month, we're going to work on getting everything down and actually having not necessarily what do you call that? All of the words are just leaving me right now. Not a script, because I like to just say whatever comes out, and then I don't want to the perfectionist part of me to come out and be like, "Oh, I forgot to say that and let me go back." And so yeah, that part will pretty much stay the same, but I do need bullet points and stuff so that I can tell you and update you about numerology, astrology, and cardology and things like that. So I'm gonna be working on that. I have some time off coming up soon so that I can get a break so that I can get some things done. Um, Organizing, unpacking a bunch of totes, and pretty much relaxing before Chantel has to start school. She starts school. It'll be her first day of kindergarten on September the 18th. And we are doing the K12.com, the virtual online school thing for her first go round. And we'll see how this goes, but I do know that she will thrive better in an actual classroom setting if I'm going to do that. I've been so adamant about homeschooling her since, like, before she was actually even thought of, actually, because there was a certain lifestyle I wanted to live. I wanted to live the nomadic lifestyle and live in a tiny home and travel the world. And for me, I'm like, I might as well just homeschool her. But things have changed, and we'll see. We'll see where we're at. Where we're at. I still like the freedom that I would get with her going to school and doing online schooling. Plus, she's not in a classroom where, yeah, she's going to get a little brainwashed because she's still taking the regular curriculum classes that they provide, but she's here with me. So as they're teaching her, I would be able to correct at the same time. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes. And plus, I can still travel and do whatever, and she'll just be in school online. So we'll see about that. But so today, because I just woke up from my nap, I'm trying to figure out. It was one thing I wanted to update y'all about. In my last live, so I think it was episode 5, I believe, if I remember correctly, that I told you all nothing new has been happening. This Uranus and Gemini has only brought about um me moving 4 different times. That is not true. That was a lie. I told a lie. I told a lie. So much more than that. So there has been, along with the new move, and usually for me, I consider myself, no, I don't want to say a minimalist, but I don't feel like I have as many things as most people do. And so I've always lived in apartments. This will be my second time renting a actual home from the place that I just moved to when I was renting my aunt's home. So that is new for me. I've never rented a home. And when I rented my aunt's home, her home came with appliances. So it was nothing I needed to buy. Actually, it came with more than just appliances. It came with furniture, desk, and coffee tables and bookshelves and stuff like that. It came with a lot. So now that I've moved into this new home, I have had to purchase things that I've never had to purchase in my life because I've always been an apartment renter. So I got my new fridge that I had to purchase. And then I just purchased a new stove. And all of this has been in the last 2 weeks, I want to say. I don't know, time go by so fast, but I want to say it's been the last 2 weeks. And so that is exciting. I totally forgot about that. So those are the two big ticket items that I had to purchase that I've never had to purchase in my life. And then now with Chantel going to school, I wanted to talk about this. I feel like Uranus and Gemini is making me grow up, like truly becoming a parenting adult. And the reason I say that is because up until now, Chantel has not been in school. She's been with me. And I could still live my life and do what I wanted to do. Of course, yeah, there was a point where I was working outside of the home. And so my sister had to watch her until she started coming to the office with me. And then she's pretty much just been with me. When she was younger, my mom used to watch her. I think she was about 1 or 2, because I was working from home that time as well. But she was so young and so little, she would be loud in the background and doing call center work from home. They don't want to hear the background noise. So I had to figure out a way. And my mom, I would just have her come over and pay her for watching her for me while I worked during those hours. So this time around, I feel like I'm growing up, y'all. Uranus and Gemini is forcing me to grow up. And with this opposition, this midlife crisis, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Just thinking about it, I'm feeling it. I don't want to. I'm not a morning person. And I like to sleep in if I can. Some days it depends on, like, for some reason in the wintertime, it's easier for me to get up in the morning because I used to get up at like 4 in the morning and I would do my meditation before everybody woke up in the house and get my day started like that. But in the summertime, for some reason, the summertime, I sleep in later. It's harder for me to get up in the morning, but I've never been a morning person. I've always been a night owl. And so with her not having to go to school, I didn't have to worry about waking up at 5, 6 in the morning or earlier than that to get me together before I got to get her together to get her to school on time. I didn't have to worry about that. Now, even though she is doing homeschooling, I still have to get her up. I have to make sure I'm up before I got to start getting her ready to make sure she can log into school and get the apps or software or whatever it is. I haven't even hooked up her computer yet. We're supposed to do that um this weekend, but she's missing pieces to her desk. So I have to get that together first. But we have to get her set up before the 31st because we have orientation. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to figure that out throughout the week. These next 2 weeks are going to be really, really busy because I've got a full packed schedule with work. I've been picking up hours, picking up hours, picking up hours, picking up hours. Oh, so that's another thing because with me being able to pick my own schedule, I could choose whatever I want, and I was only working 3 days a week. That has changed this month. I have been working like crazy and I feel it. Like I be so exhausted. I'm so tired. Well, I feel so exhausted and I feel tired. It's a feeling that will pass. And so I wanted to talk about that. And it feels like Uranus and Gemini is making me grow up fast. Like, yeah, we know I'm an adult. We know I'm a mom. But it's different for I just look at my life and look at other parents' lives and yeah, I didn't have to get up in the morning. I have to worry about that. Then now we're back in Michigan. If she was going to school, like the parents that got to take their kids to school in the snow and the ice and but I see they kind of lenient now. The school was not lenient when we came up. We had to go to school. We had a blizzard. We were still going to school. Now they shut down the schools for a little bit of snow. So I don't know. But yeah, that's one of the things. And it feels like it's fast. Like it's on top of everything else changing. It's all at one time. Like boom, you're an adult. You had all this time off to do this. You enjoyed it. And now it's time to grow up and step into your purpose. And it's going to require you to do some things differently and to make some changes. And so I feel like that is one of them because I know I'm with what I have going on and coming into play, it's going to be a bit challenging, not hard. Not that I wouldn't be able to do it, but it's going to be a bit challenging just me homeschooling her versus me letting her be in her virtual classes for how many ever hours throughout the day. I can still get some things done while she's in her virtual classes. And then once we're done, do my teaching afterwards and, help her with homework and stuff on the side afterwards. But so that has been what hit me over the past couple days. Like I'm growing up for real and there's no going back because she's 5 now and she gotta be in school. She has to be in school. There's no getting around it. She has to be in some type of school. Homeschool, whatever. She has to be schooled. So that's one of the things. Another thing is, I think I touched bases on this in the couple other lives, is my health. Uranus and Gemini has really brought attention to my health. I have been back and forth to many different doctors for many different reasons. And I think I told you all the last time the biggest thing that popped up was my entire body went numb and tingly, and it felt like my head was underwater. And yeah, so the doctors are trying to figure that out. So far, I've had an EKG done, an EEG done. They sent me home with a heart monitor for 5 days. I just had a ultrasound done of my heart. I want to say that's it, and they haven't found anything. And I knew before this even got this far down with all of the doctors. I'm like, well, I'm a 4 person, and usually it could be some misdiagnosis when it come to being a 4 person or that 4 energy, I should say. Or the doctors just can't figure out what's wrong with you. It's odd and unusual illnesses and stuff that's going on. So I say that to say, up until this point, still now, as of today, the doctors are not finding anything. They don't see anything wrong with my heart. I do have an MRI that I have to get done this coming Friday. So we'll see about that. But I already know what it is. It's exactly what I said it was. And I got my confirmation today. So I think I told you all I was pushed off a banister when I was younger. And it wasn't for that long, but it was a time period in there where I could not move the bottom part. from my waist down. I just could not move. I couldn't get off the ground when I got pushed. My mom had to pick me up, go to the hospital, went to the hospital. I don't even remember them doing anything. I don't remember even getting x-rays done or anything. I just remember them sending me home with crutches and telling my mom, yeah, she may be a little paralyzed for a minute, but as long as you know you help her to get out there and walk, she got to walk or she's going to lose it. And I just remember that whole process of having to learn how to walk again. I couldn't do for myself. Oh, geez, y'all. It was a feeling. And when I look back on it now, knowing certain things that I know now, that was probably maybe the first time. Yeah, I think that was the first time that I actually was depressed. But back then I didn't know what it was. I just, knew I just got hurt. I can't do nothing for myself. So, needless to say, they didn't do anything. And I think I'm having a flare up. And I think I've been having flare ups for years now. And when I've told the doctors, oh, I got a pinched nerve in my neck. Oh, I don't know what's going on. And nobody ever really looked deeper into it. And it would only last maybe a week at the most. I don't think it lasts 2 weeks. If it did, only 2 weeks at the most. But they could never, they would never do anything extra to see what's going on. And I found out. Now tell me this. How you go to a chiropractor and they do x-rays and you tell them, now at this time I wasn't feeling any issues in my neck. It was my lower back. So I told them my back hurt. Um I'm just going to come to the chiropractor and see what's up and see what you could do. He does the x-rays and he tells me, I don't see anything wrong with your back, but your neck, oh, what happened to you? So I'm like, my neck, what happened to me? I'm like, he like, yeah, were you in any serious car accidents or, and I'm like, no. And at this time, I'm like, I'm coming to you for my neck. I mean, for my back, and you talking about my neck. What is you talking about my neck for? My neck don't hurt. So I was kind of upset. So I wasn't even thinking, it didn't even cross my mind, like, hey, I got pushed off a banister at that time. So needless to say, I go to the chiropractor and I was going quite often. I think he had me coming three days out the week. And the very first day, he started messing with my neck and cracking my neck. And ever since then, my neck started hurting. So now, not only does the lower part of my back still hurt, but my neck hurt now, which it wasn't doing before. And you sitting here saying that you don't see nothing wrong with my back. Just to fast forward, we'll say about 10 years, when I was Yep, I was pregnant with Chantel, and I went to physical therapy then. So I'm one that if I have to choose chiropractor over physical therapy, it will always be physical therapy. Because for me, they aid you and give you exercises and they give you the tools that you need to heal yourself and help yourself so that you don't have to continuously keep coming to them versus a chiropractor. They, to me, is a money thing. The chiropractor never gave me any exercises, told me what to do at home to even help myself. It was okay, see you in a couple days. All right, see you next week. So I am a firm believer about give me the tools that I need so that I can help me. So just in case I'm not able to come to you, I can do that. Always, always going to advocate for the physical therapy over chiropractor. But so the physical therapist, no x-rays, no nothing. She said I had to get that from my physical doctor. My physical doctor? My primary doctor. And all she did was feel my back. She had me stand in certain ways and she looked at me and said, "You got scoliosis." And I'm like, what? What is that? And she's like, it's like when you have a curve in your spine, and she was telling me the way the spine curve and how much it curves in, and she was asking me all these questions about which side do I ever feel like one side is pulling more than the other. She told me my hips was misaligned. I found out so much from physical therapy that I did not find out from the chiropractor that actually took an x-ray. So when I told her about my neck and me going to the chiropractor and how it wasn't hurting before I started going to him and then it started hurting after, which I know I don't want to make it seem like, oh, the chiropractor broke me up in my neck. Because I know once you start manipulating certain areas that have been stuck a certain way for a long time, it is going to hurt. And my neck is really jacked up. Like, I wish I had a picture to put up here. I wish I had the x-ray to show y'all. Hold on. Here comes Chantel. Yes. There's more of those things from last night. More moths? How is those more moths from me? It got to be one of the windows. It has to be a hole in the screen in the windows. But it's okay because it's getting colder, so the window's going to be closed. It's starting to get cool. So the window's going to be closed. But I got... It's okay, Chantel. It's a moth. Just got to spray them. So... I do know that comes with the territory. When they start manipulating certain parts of your body, it's going to... When they start manipulating certain parts of your body, it is going to start to hurt because it has not been moved in that way since who knows when. It hasn't been in a correct position. And for me, my neck has not been in the correct position since I was in the 5th grade. And I don't remember how old I was then. However old you are when you have graduated the 5th grade and your birthday is in January. Because I graduated high school at the age of 18 because my birthday is in January. So however old, I don't feel like doing the math. But so ever since then, my neck had not been manipulated. And so Chantel, you made me lose my train of thought. Because you came in here and I forgot where I was going with that story. Oh, the physical therapist. So I did tell her that, and she could feel it. Like when you feel my neck, you will feel the curvature of my spine, and then you can like feel where it, instead of it coming down, it kind of goes out and then go in. I don't know, it's hard to describe, but you can feel all of that. So full circle, today when I woke up this morning, I didn't feel my whole body didn't get numb and tingly like it did before during that heat wave. It was just my neck and my head. It was tingly, it was numbing, and it started to get that underwater feeling. But I woke up and I could feel that it was more emphasized, or it was more emphasized. It was emphasized in the back of my neck area. I could feel it. That's where it was at the most. The tingling and the numbing. And I could feel just from whatever pressure is getting put on my nerves that it was sending it upward. And I would move, and I guess I was laying kind of on my hand. So I moved my hand and tried to move my head a certain way, and it would stop. So I didn't even need the doctors for that because I already knew what it was. But at least now I can tell the doctors what to look for and where to look at, because obviously they're not looking in the right places. So I don't know what's going to happen from this point. I do have an appointment tomorrow. No, tomorrow's Monday. Tuesday evening for a different thing, and then Friday for the MRI. So I'm gonna just tell all the doctors that I have to see because I don't know which one. I've already seen a neurologist, and I don't see him again. Like even when I do my MRI, I don't see him again until December. So maybe I need to call him. I don't know, y'all. If y'all know who I need to call, because it is dealing with nerves and stuff, but it's also dealing with my spine. So I don't know. If you know who I need to call, put it in the chat and let me know in the chat who I need to call. What specialist do I need to call for this particular issue? But of course, I'm going to ask my doctor and stuff. And so that has been huge for me with this Uranus and Gemini. And it came on strong along with the move. And I know all of this is happening to get it out the way sooner in this transit than later so that I can make the changes that's needed so that I could fully step into my path and do what I'm supposed to do so that by the end of this transit I am pretty much immersed in the path that I chose. And it may be like the beginning stages or whatever. And then, of course, it'll grow over time. But that's really what I feel with this Uranus and Gemini transit. And the opposition part of it, it feels like with the midlife crisis, it feels like the health. That has been the biggest thing for me. I'm really good with navigating changes and I do embrace changes. Um Pretty easy. It doesn't take me, even though I'm a fixed sign, sun sign, I still have that mutable rising sign and that mutable moon sign. So I'm pretty flexible. I don't really get stuck. I will say with having a fixed sign though, Aquarius, because that is the mind, it's an air sign. I used to get stuck in my thoughts and my way of thinking. I used to, but I don't anymore. Now, if it's something like a belief or something that I've went through, tried, tested, and I'm a firm believer, like for instance, the chiropractor versus the physical therapist, yeah, that's going to be hard to try to change my mind and convince me because I've actually experienced it. But that's been the hardest thing that I would say, and not necessarily hard, but it's been an eye opener. Like, you waited all of this time. You don't, it's making me realize that I don't put my health first like I should. Um, I've always worried about everybody else first and making sure everybody else is okay before myself. And then I've always worried about work and putting work first. My health has never been a priority for me. I don't even work out. I can't even tell you the last time that I've gone and done any exercise. And I know you don't have to go to the gym, but even walking, well, I guess I could tell you the last time because I was on a little weight loss journey. So I was late 20s. So it's been about 10 years. It's been about 10 years, y'all. It's time for me to put my health first. How can I accomplish anything else? How can I do for others? How can I be a mom? A great mom. And my health is not where it should be. So all of this stuff is flaring up so that I can pay attention to it and I can put it first, finally, and get into alignment and find balance. And that brings me to, so I wanted to tell you that I lied about the new stuff. Did I tell you everything else? I mean, let me see. Because of the move, of course, I'm in a new environment, new communities around me. I have to go to new stores that I'm not used to going to. Oh, I can be very stuck on that too. If I find a store that I like, it's kind of hard to change my mind for me to go somewhere else, especially grocery shopping. Whew. So that's been something in its own. Uh Everything else though. Oh, and now that I have everything, every single thing out of storage, I'm uncovering things in some of these totes that are brand new, that's never been opened and never been used. So those will be getting used, especially silverware. And I got a whole waffle maker still in the box. Never used it before. Yeah, so a lot of new stuff has been uncovered or being uncovered, I should say. And we're about to hit this full moon eclipse. So we have the partial lunar eclipse in Pisces coming. And I'm thinking that is helping my situation, especially today, me uncovering the whole nerves in my neck thing. And it was today too when I uncovered the waffle maker earlier this morning before I took a nap. And the silverware that's never been open. And some dishes that's never been used. And when I was just at my last home, I'm like, oh, I need dishes. I ain't got no dishes. But everything was in storage. And which I'm glad we didn't get everything out of storage, or I didn't get everything out of storage and take it to that house, because then, or maybe that would have been okay, because we would have had to move it from one spot versus the storage and then the house and then here. But anyway, I'm thinking that's it with the new stuff, I think. There's one other thing that I told y'all earlier on in the podcast. I think it was episode 1 or 2. Is one other thing that I told y'all that's new that's coming, but I'm holding off. I'm waiting on that one. Y'all will get it soon. But for now, I'm waiting on that one to share that one. I think, yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, this is just ushering in a new lifestyle for me, because now I see what I need to do and what changes I need to make for my health and also with work. Okay, so I wanted to touch bases on that. So now that I have been going live and staying consistent with going live since August, whatever that first Sunday was in August in this month, I have been noticing changes with me and work. I think you all know that I'm a contractor for a call center, work from home. And I have been feeling probably months ago, I want to say maybe March or April, I can't remember, that my time with what I'm currently doing as far as customer service work was slowly but surely coming to like that point where, okay, you have to release and let this go for good. I've held on to jobs that allow me to work from home, which has mainly been customer service call center jobs, because I've always wanted to work from home. I am a homebody. I could stay in the house, and I do, all day, every day, if I didn't need to go out into the world. And I remember the first time that I was able to work from home. I'm like, this is it. This is the life for me. I'm most comfortable at home. I prefer to be here. Now that is changing. I could feel it in me. Like, yeah, I still like to be at home. I'm most comfortable at home. But I know come next year, and I don't know what month, I won't be working from home anymore. I'll be going out to work. So I do feel that shift coming. And I feel the shift coming out of customer service call center type jobs as well. It'll still be in that realm because that's just a part of me and in me and who I am. And customer service is pretty much everywhere. It's anything you do, you're dealing with people. So well, I ain't gonna say anything you do because some people don't. Yeah, there's a couple jobs out there, I'm sure, where you don't have to deal with people. But in some way, shape, fashion, or form, even if it's not public facing customer service, you'll have a manager, or if you're an entrepreneur, you have to sell your product or service to somebody. So customer service is always there, and it's crucial. I don't want to go on a rant, but I'm going to rant. What is going on? Because customer service is nothing like it used to be. And I don't want to put it on a particular generation. We just gonna leave it at that. But customer service can be frustrating. And I know it can be on both ends because I've been in customer service forever. But I was just taught and raised. I don't want to say, well, yeah, kind of. Yeah. Because I see my mom do it a certain way, and a certain way that you talk and speak to others and act is not what we get all the time these days. And it's getting quite irritating, if I may say that. Quite irritating. But I don't let it bother me. I've gotten to a better place where, because I used to be big on that. Like, no, because I know what customer service is and I know what you're supposed to provide. And I'm about to go ahead and I'm about to do this survey and they about to get an F. Because in my mind, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? And you know it's not what you want to do for a paycheck. Okay, well, then you need to find something else to do that doesn't involve face to face customer service, because you can do it. You can go work in a warehouse. So I digest. We're not going to go further than that. So I don't know. Yeah, that just came. That just made me mad. Just thinking about it, I'm just like, because it can be so frustrating. But you got to be the bigger person, and you got to just be like, you know what? It's them. They don't like their job. They not happy. Whatever's going on with their life, just send them some loving energy. Be nice to them. And I notice when you nice to them, they get mad. Like, it's so crazy. I have a lot of outer body experiences, and I be feeling like I'm in the twilight zone, because I'll just step back and I'll just look at the person that I'm having this interaction with, and I just be like, they just so mad. And don't you be smiling and happy and, oh, thank you and have a great day, and they really mad. Like, what is really going on? And I get it. The times we living in, things are hard, things are rough, whatever. But I mean, you taking it out on the wrong person. You should have stayed at home. Now that's one thing I used to do. I'm calling off. I don't feel it today. I got an attitude. I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. I'm gonna try again. And when I wake up, if I try again, if it is time for me to go to work and I wake up and I'm still in that same mood, I ain't coming in. But if I got time to let my feelings go by throughout the day, because I don't work till the afternoon or evening, then you might see me. But other than that, I'm not going in and messing up somebody else's day because I know my day is funky. No. These days, okay, y'all, I'm done with that. I'm done with that. So we talked about some of the new stuff for me. Um, I do know some more new things are coming. When, I don't know. Where, I don't know. And how, I don't know. I just know that I'm going to continue to keep following the hits and nudges and downloads that I'm getting. And I know that I'm being asked to release and let go of my comfortability zone and things that I'm familiar with, because I know when it comes to customer service, I am, in my opinion, really, really good when it comes to working with people. And because I've done it so long, when it comes to jobs, I may have wanted to do something different, but I steered away from it. And then if it wasn't work from home, I steered away from it. And then if it was work from home, but it wasn't customer service, I didn't feel like I qualified for it. I would still apply, but nothing ever came of it. And after doing that and doing that and doing, I mean, I still applied though, because I'm like, you never know one day. Because I was getting calls from jobs that I never even applied to, and didn't know how they got my application, but they did. And so I still applied, but I think I'm being called to do that, to release and let go that portion as well and step into something else, which I am working on something else in the background. Or I ain't gonna say working on it. The ideas are coming and formulating, and hopefully soon I could start working on it. But it's a lot of changes. This Uranus and Gemini transit with this opposition, so many things are falling apart, if you may say. This is not really for things to come into place. And it feels like it's been a long time coming. So I'm embracing all of the changes. I am starting to see that the things that I've learned in the past for myself, and I didn't think, oh, yeah, I'm going to use this to help other people. I'm starting to see where that is going to come into place and how I'm supposed to utilize that to help others and not just keep the knowledge or the experience and skills gained from that for me. Because a lot of things that I did, that's who it was for me. I've considered myself a lifelong student. Growing up, I used to say if I could get paid to go to school for the rest of my life, I would do that because I get so excited learning. I love it. It's my thing. I don't think I get excited doing anything else like that as much as I get excited doing that. Um, I even went to Job Corps. Like once I graduated high school, it wasn't exactly after. I think it was maybe 3 or 4 years after I graduated high school. I went to Job Corps. And one of the reasons why I had decided to go to Job Corps, or that I made the decision, not only because I wanted to learn trades, but once I found out we got paid, even though it was a little something, something, but I was younger then. I wasn't doing nothing. I didn't need any bigger money. So I'm like, why not? Why not go to Job Corps? Because they have an age limit. Why not go to Job Corps before I can't go anymore? Why not just go get all these skills from these trades that I may be interested in doing, that I may do something with later on down the line, and then just see where it takes me. And then you got a lump sum of money once you exit it out and finished. And that lump sum of money helped me move into my very first place of my own. Because when I moved out at 18, I had a roommate. But my very first place of my own was with the lump sum of money that I got from Job Corps. But I was loving it. A certain part of it, the dorm life wasn't all that. But to just go to school, go to class every day, and I'm getting checks, yeah, that lights me up to learn. So I've always kind of sort of learned for me. Yes, I did share and do share along the way when I feel called to, or when it comes to me, or I've noticed that people will come to me and that's how I share. Somebody had come to me, they dealing with a situation maybe I dealt with, or something that I learned about through one of the skills that I've obtained, and then that's how I'm sharing the information. But now I'm saying that it's time for me to share the information like that as well, but also in a more business structural way. So my life is being tore down, and I don't feel like it's a tower moment. Maybe a reverse tower, because I see it coming. I see it happening. I see, I'm aware of what I need to do and how I need to prepare myself for what's coming next. So it wouldn't be the tower upright where it's shocking and I'm not aware of what's going on and I wasn't ready because I wasn't listening or I wasn't making the changes fast enough. No, I feel like even though things are happening fast with this Uranus, with this Uranus and Gemini, A Quimini, ain't that uh outcast? I don't know. Uranus. Okay, that's gonna be the new thing, y'all. Uranus. So with this Uranus transit going on, even though I feel like it's happening fast, I was already aware of things because of my astrology teacher and because I get messages and downloads and feelings and stuff to me anyway. I was already aware of what I needed to do. I was just lollygagging. And I've noticed that a lot of people in my generation, there are things that we're supposed to do, like big things that we came here to do to make changes on this earth. Not saying that other generations is not, but it's more so our time to do certain things so that we can make it better for the next generations behind us. And it feels like we are taking the longest time to make those changes. Some of us, not all of us. And I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, but I really feel that. It takes us a long time to get on our path and accept it. We want to do other stuff. We want to go out and work for other people sometimes because it's easier. And then now, who really wants to work for other people? Because a lot of people are waking up and realizing, yeah, I'm just making you richer and the cost of living is just going up and my check ain't going up and I have no freedom of time on my hands and time is something you can't get back. So a lot of us are waking up and stepping into our paths and getting going, but we kind of some of us are a little bit slow. We've been moving a little bit slow. And this Uranus and Gemini transit for me, I know, is picking up. And that's probably why I feel like it's happening so fast because I've taken my time. I've gotten on my path and dibbled and dabbled and then stepped off because, oh, I'm not ready. I don't feel I'm having imposter syndrome or I'm going to step away because I need a break. I just don't feel like it. And now Uranus and Gemini is like, I don't care if you feel like it or not. I done gave you enough time to prepare. You done dipped your feet in, took it out, took a break, did this, did that. It's time to get back and stay consistent. So that's why I'm here, trying to stay consistent with y'all. But yeah, this episode was just gonna be a quick whatever came to my mind. Um, as I said, I'm still unpacking and going through things in my house. I don't know how long that's gonna take. I'm hoping before the end of October, I can have things organized enough because I'm trying to have what is this, August? Once I get on a school schedule with Chantel that's actually working for us and I can get that down, I'm trying to work on the next stage and phases of my journey and my path. Um, but that is it. I think I touched bases on everything. Yeah, that's it. Oh, and I finally got my singing bowl out of the storage. I'm so happy I missed my singing bowl. When I was in Florida, that's all I would talk about. Like, oh, I missed my singing bowl and my crystals. I took a couple crystals with me. I didn't take all of my stuff because I know I was staying with my sister, and I'm like, oh, we ain't about to cloud up all her space with our stuff. And I knew Chantel was gonna take some toys, so that was gonna take up space. So a lot of my stuff, I just was like, it can wait. But I got my singing bowl back. I can't wait. Oh, it's been so long. And all of my other crystals, I get to bring them out and set them up. So I'll be showing you all my singing bowl once I get it together. Um, and once I get the webcam that I should be using instead of this camera on my all-in-one computer, once I get that together, I'll be able to do the overhead view when y'all can see my webcam and my crystals and stuff. Some of y'all saw it because y'all been subscribed to me and seen me doing unboxings, but I think I'm gonna end it here, y'all, because nothing else is coming. We talked about everything. I'll be able to give you an update this coming Sunday for during episode 7 of Uranus transit. And so that day you'll get the update about the MRI and stuff. But if you are dealing with Uranus and Gemini, not only as your ascendant, but also in opposition, hold on. Just stay in there and try to go with the flow as much as you can, because Uranus is about change and unexpected things, and it shake things up, and sometimes you don't get a heads up. And then if you're not aware, because we all get downloads and messages, if you're not aware that you're receiving that and you're ignoring it, the messages and the signs beforehand, this could shake you up and take you off kilter. So hang in there. We got this. Whether you have both transits happening at the same time, like me, or you just have Uranus and Gemini on your ascendant. Now, Uranus and Gemini that's transiting other placements that's not your ascendant or that's not the opposition, which I do believe everybody in my generation is experiencing the Uranus opposition, which is why I say our generation, it's time. We done lollygagged enough. We facing this opposition, this midlife crisis that's gonna flip us upside down, inside out, and we're gonna be different people doing different things. Um, hang in there. But like I was saying, everybody else where the transit is transit in different houses, and you'll be able to you can go on astro.com and you can figure out exactly where Uranus is transiting in your chart and look up what that house means. And that'll give you some guidance as to where this shakeup and stuff is happening for you. But it's most intense, or can feel most intense, in the first house, because that's the first house of self and who you've come to know yourself to be up until this point, which would not be the same person at the end of the transit. Um, but yeah, that's it, y'all. I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of y'all week. And just be kind to yourself. Um, the times we are living in, nobody has lived in these times and what's going on with these transits and stuff before. So there's a lot of rare transits that we've been experiencing. And we do have the last eclipse for the closing out the nodes with Pisces and Virgo. And we can be hard on ourselves. People can be hard on us as well, but it's like for some of us, we can be extra hard on ourselves. And that's how it used to be, and sometimes still is for me, with that perfectionism. So be kind and loving to yourself and others always as well. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Let me know. Will I be back before? I don't think so. No, I will not be back before the partial lunar eclipse in Pisces. So let me know in the comments how that goes for you, or you could just wait until the next live and comment under that. I've been feeling it a little bit. A lot of things have been coming to light and coming to culmination. Um, but we shall see what this partial eclipse bring, because this is happening in my 10th house of career. And what did I just tell y'all about the customer service call center work from home? This partial lunar eclipse in Pisces is happening in my 10th house. So what I've been feeling months ago has been preparing me for what we about to go through with this eclipse. So once again, this stuff is no joke. Cardology, astrology, numerology, it can really help guide your life. It doesn't have to be, and it shouldn't be the end all be all. It should be used as a tool to help you guide, to help guide you and navigate your life so that you are always in step with the universe. And so that some things, will shock you, but you would kind of already be like, oh, okay. I kind of knew that already. I was already preparing for that. Or, yeah, I didn't prepare, but I saw it coming. So it didn't hit me as hard. Things like that. But all right. It looks like I have been on for 1 hour. Wow. Is this the longest that I've ever been on? And I was sleepy. I didn't even want to come on here. I wanted to nap and nap and nap and nap. I just felt so tired, y'all. But this was good. And I do appreciate you all tuning in, whether you're watching live, whether you watch it later. I am so grateful and thankful because with me doing this, I could feel the changes even more. And I don't want to say that it's speeding up the changes quicker or slower, but it does feel like I'm becoming more comfortable with coming live. And that helps me as well, even though I don't feel like it. I don't feel like it. I think about, how do you feel when you go live? It feels good. You're talking to people, you're helping people. And eventually it'll get to the point where some people in the chat that I could communicate with. I have to get used to that because I'm not used to that. I'm used to recording anyway, where I don't have to pay attention to the chat. And I think there was maybe once or twice when I went live and I had some comments in the chat and I ignored them because I didn't know I had comments in the chat until I entered the stream. So that'll have to be something I get used to once people start chatting with me while I'm live. But I'm 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 starting to step into, and I want you all to start to step into. And I support you no matter what. If you make a mistake, so what? We laugh. And if you're not laugh, if you recording, so what? Don't feel like you got to throw the whole baby out and re-record. Just leave it as is and just go. And that's something that I've been told by multiple people, um, spiritual guides, teachers, and things like that. And that helped me, even though I didn't do it right away when they told me to. Aquariuses just don't work that way. But eventually, once we see the benefit and we think it over a little bit and be like, okay, you know what, they got a point. Me holding off wanting to do this perfectionist thing, it's kind of holding me back. Maybe I just need to just go, just do it. Don't worry about being perfect and just go. And so that's what today was about. So just do it, like Nike say, if they even say that anymore. Is Nike still around? Yeah, I don't buy name brand. I don't do that. So I don't know. Anyway, let me get on off of here. Y'all have a good rest of y'all week. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday and be kind, good, and loving to yourself. You will get through this. We will all get through this. And even though it's hard right now, it is all for good reason. Like once we get on the other side of this, we're going to be like, oh, what took so long? Why did we wait so long? Why was I so mad about that being taken from me during the eclipse, the full moon eclipse? Or why it took so long for me to release this? We're going to be good. All right. So peace, unconditional love and light, beautiful spirits. And until next time.